No, that's awesome. Our expectations for Martez is to be the best version of himself he can be, develop to be the best player that he's capable of becoming, and really work on trying to master this scheme. Obviously, it's not a matter of Tyree and Joshua being gone. It's a matter of making sure we understand and learn what we're asking them to do now within this defensive structure and what Coach Wilkes needs him to do in that game plan. So, again, we don't have our expectations is that they play to the standard of Mizzou football and they play the very best that they can play, and we'll see how that plays out.
Andrew Kaufman, KMIZ.
Coach, what have you seen from Jay Macklin since spring camp started up? What have you seen from him?
Jamori's been consistent day in and day out, trying to become the best version of himself he can be. He's trying to crack the lineup and make an impact in that wide receiver room. We've got a lot of guys there, and he's trying to be consistent. Obviously, the better the competition, the more you have to really work and improve your worth, and he's trying to do that.
Dave Matters, St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Eli, on your defensive line, once you get everybody out there that's not out there now, just how much can that depth be kind of a luxury this year with what you've added and then what you brought back?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see when we finally get healthy. Right now, we don't have as much depth as we would like, just because there has been injuries and sickness and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we look forward to getting those guys and hopefully having depth and being able to roll guys in there with experience and game experience and stay fresh.
Dave DeArmond, Power Mizzou.
Eli, you mentioned the receivers and so many young guys in these last couple classes. Do you feel like that's the place that you've kind of turned over the roster the quickest since you got here in these first couple of years?
I don't know. I feel like I've turned over quite a bit of the roster, to be honest. But yeah, that's definitely a room that's gone under a transformation since we've been here, and continues to go under a transformation just because we have to continue to improve. We know how certain defenses are going to play us, and we have to win one-on-one matchups, and that's going to be the key. And we've tried to get more dynamic, more explosive on the perimeter, and got to continue to do that.
Colin O'Brien, Jeff City News Tribune.
Hey, Coach, what do you remember about getting Zeke Powell on campus in the summer? We talked to him for the first time Saturday, and he got really good energy, but he made it sound like he showed up to Columbia not knowing he was going to be enrolling here, and you guys talked him into it, got him a hotel room until he got his permanent housing situation figured out.
I don't remember that version of the story. I mean, sorry, somebody needs to be admitted into the chat. I mean, we tried to get him here. I think there was a delay in trying to make sure that his final class got situated the way it needed to be, and then we had to make sure that he got admitted into I believe he's in the Kaffner School, and I think that was kind of the holdup, is making sure that the Kaffner School admitted him into class coursework because he was a junior college transfer. What was the whole question? I got thrown off by the.
Just getting him on campus. He said he kind of showed up here and
yeah,
wasn't sure he's going to stick around, and then got a hotel room.
Yeah, I love Zeke. I can't always get in his mind. If I did, I get lost in there. So I'm not sure about that story, but I know we definitely wanted him. We knew he'd provide depth and value, and I don't think any of us imagined he'd end up being the starter as quickly as he was. But injuries happened and COVID happened, and boy, we're sure glad he was. Look forward to he had surgery in the offseason on his thumb, but he's battling through, and really excited about the development that he's going to show, and hopefully he can be an anchor for this offensive line.
Ben Arnett, KMU.
Eli, I mean, you think back to a year ago and losing spring football, you're about halfway through this year. I mean, is it apparent in various areas just how beneficial this is and how much better it is to have all this year?
Yeah. I mean, it's apparent that it's great to practice. I mean, the only way to get better at football is to practice football and get out there and throw routes and continue to develop the chemistry between the quarterbacks and the wideouts, and see competitive plays, and we're seeing that consistently with on both sides of the ball. We're seeing young guys really develop at a quicker speed than we probably thought, and it's great to get those guys that just got on campus, the Dalen Carnells, the Dominic Lovitz, the Zaquan Reeves, Tyler Makins, Ryan Horsecamps, Connor Tollison. You know, those guys are getting invaluable reps at college speed. And I think all those guys are going to have a significant opportunity to play this year for us and provide value.
Andrew Kaufman, KMIZ.
Coach, you just got another 7-figure donation just yesterday. It was announced. What have you seen from the buy-in for your program specifically, and how has it increased since you got here? What do you think?
I got to get on social media and Twitter. I didn't see the announcement, but you know, very excited. Obviously, I think we're about 27 million into $32 or $34 million project, and you know, obviously, somebody asked me what was, you know, kind of surprising, and I think the energy and excitement the Mizzou fans have, they're just waiting for it to like culminate, and they're ready for that buzz. We just got to put a product on the field and some excitement, and I think we're trying to do that. I think exceeding expectations last year and recruiting at a high level, you know, provides the energy. And we're the only show in the state from a college football and the best conference in college football. So, you know, I've challenged our team, our administration, our fans, man, let's go all in. Let's go make our seat at the table in the SEC. And there's been some fans that, you know, and supporters that have really stepped up to the plate. And you know, by getting the southeast end zone and by getting the indoor, we're trying to get to even with the rest of the conference from a facility standpoint. And it's a great investment, but we still got a long way to go.
Kathleen Gomez.
Coach, you mentioned a couple of questions already, but just talk to me about this wide receiver group, some of the newer and the older faces acclimating not only to themselves, but also the quarterback play as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some experienced guys returning as far as Kiki Chisholm, Michael Wilson, and Boo Smith, but and you know, the Barrett Banisters of the world, Koski Doves. But then we've got the new guys. You know, JJ Hester was beat up quite a bit last year with his toe, and you know, we got Mookie coming in and Dominic Lovett. So, you know, we're trying to maximize those reps. And, you know, during the week, you're trying not to run your wide receivers to death and overthrow your quarterback's arms. So this is really the first time you've really been able to just really get repetition at the routes and the details. And so it's been good, and we got to continue to develop. I mean, we're by no means ready to go play in a game yet, but it's a start, and hopefully it's something that these guys can carry through, you know, the months when it's player-led and player-run stuff.
Dave Matter.
Yeah, Eli, on Hester, would he have probably played for you last year had he not been banged up? What was it, a foot or a toe, you said?
Yeah, it was a big toe issue. I don't know. It's hard to predict. I mean, I think he would have, but, you know, I don't know.
And we'll finish with Gabe DeArmond. Go ahead.
Yeah, you mentioned recruiting, and I know it's not official yet. I guess the official vote is tomorrow, but the NCAA is recommending not to extend the dead period again. Finally, just what will that mean for coaches and for prospects that come June 1st, things might be able to get back a little bit to normal?
I got no idea, Gabe, because I have no idea what they're going to decide, and you know, even if they say, okay, it's not going to go open, then what's the new plan? Is it like a free for all, or do we have to follow COVID protocols? Do we follow local health officials? I mean, I don't know. So just about like with everything in COVID, I just take it one day at a time. And if they say it's open, then by June 1st, we'll have a plan ready to rock and roll. It will be exciting, you know, to actually get to see these guys in person. Hopefully they'll allow us to have camp so we can make an evaluation on some players and you know, continue to develop, you know, relationships with these guys. But I don't know, man. I didn't know they were voting tomorrow. I mean, that crud, it's like every day's Christmas around here. You just get new information. You're never quite sure if we're masking up, no masking up, going to Texas and not having any mask, or going to California and double masking and walking in. I mean, are we taking one shot, two shots? How many shots? I mean, I don't know. So whatever. Just get me back to 56,000 people in Faroe going crazy and winning some football games and tearing down goalposts. And there we go.
All right. And with that, we'll do it.